Hi guys, it's Blackie and welcome back to the channel. Well, today is 1 week since the ending of my gathering. This will be posted on Sunday. It was a great time, and we've been trying to remember when we started doing my gathering. There's so many memories, they all kind of flow together, and I really don't know, but we think that the first one was in like the spring of 2015. So this would be the 10-year one that we did. I may be contradicted, I don't know. I haven't gone back and dug through the actual videos to figure out when, but we're thinking this could have been the 10th. And it was a great time. Got to meet a lot of new faces that I'd never seen before. There's one young man that had just driven down, there's my southern coming out, driven down from Michigan. And so that was 2 from Michigan, 1 from Minnesota, Texas, Missouri, Arkansas, Florida, Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Virginia, and I think one was from New York. But it was a really good time. We had a lot of fun. Now I'm about to put some pictures in here. You know, I never want to be the guy walking around with a camera, you know, hey, who are you, you know, that type deal. That's kind of embarrassing to me, to be honest, and I don't want to. We're all here to relax. And for those of you that have never been to one of my gatherings, it's just a laid-back get-together. We do classes, but never formal classes. It's like someone wants to know something, or someone says, I'll get up and do a class, and it just happens. And in this one, we did have a class that was done by Mrs. Wendy Davis, who travels around, and she does baskets. And Friday, I did the thing showing you interview with her, and so she did baskets, and a member of the group had said that they'd always want to learn how to make baskets. So an impromptu basket class got thrown together, and there were 8 or 9, maybe 10 people participating in it. I went up there and sat in on it to watch and observe, and ended up getting drafted in to help, and I had a great time. This young man out of Arkansas was making a basket, and he just needed a little extra pair of hands. He's a young man, but he had a great focus. Once you got the rhythm going, he ran with it. All I'm doing is holding it, you know, but he made a basket. And you're going to see this young man holding his basket here in a minute. I'll put up the pictures. But it was great weather for it. We had a little bit of rain that first weekend, and then it turned into beautiful days in the 70s and nights down in the 40s. So it's perfect camping weather to enjoy a fire. I had a great time. And I hope that in the future you'll come down and hang out with us. Now, here are some pictures, and maybe even a little thumb here or there of short little video clips and bits that I took or that friends took, and I was able to gather up. So, here's a little taste of it. Smoke on the water out there. Beautiful sunrise at Blackie's Gathering 2025. Okay guys, this is my friend Mr. Chris, and this is his lovely little lady, and she is a
red-tailed hawk.
An Alabama red-tailed hawk. He would like to try to do something right now. You're going to get to see this. If this works, I'll be really, really happy. Okay, now all I have to do is put this on, left hand. Okay, and then where do I go?
She doesn't see this. Lay that right there.
Okay.
You go over that way, about 5-6 feet away.
Okay.
Right there's good.
Make sure I can be seen. Yes. Awesome sauce. And she's having dinner. Oh, you can feel them power in them claws too. She's tearing apart that meat. Let me turn around a little bit so you can see a little easier. And she is roughly how old?
1 year. March 31st
1 year.
is what we call her birthday.
Awesome. It's amazing with just that beak and the claws how they can process meat. And we have to have teeth to chew it up. They just rip it apart.
When I caught her, she weighed about 1,430 grams, roughly 3.5 pounds.
Uh-huh.
And I fly her, or her combat weight would be 1,130 grams, just, you know, just shy of that. So 200 grams of weight puts her into the mood of, I can hunt and take whatever I want to.
Uh-huh. That's all. Beautiful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Mr. Chris is trying to socialize her and get her. He is a licensed falconer here in Alabama, and he's getting her socialized because he's taking her out more public places so she can hunt and see people and get used to people. She is beautiful. You want to lay it on top of the glove? Okay, this year we've got several big vehicles that come in and set up. We've got a bus up there you can see, and a gentleman up here at the top in a Jeep, and then we got the couple that came all the way from Ohio in that with that trailer. And then there's William, his rig. There's Randy and them, and Mike Simmons in the back. There's Stephen Kingsbury. Sorry for the wind noise. There's my humble little abode. In the distance down yonder through the trees, you can see where more camps go all the way to the end down yonder. I think there's like, I ain't done an official head count, but it's something like 50 or 60 people. There's Miss Pam's camp down there, and Chris Hall, Jonathan Frisbee, good friends down there. That Jeep down there in the with the tarp is somebody new I hadn't met, and William Droom. And then there's more down in that holler down yonder in that bottom. It's been a big time. Alright, these are two first timers that came to our event. These are the children. What's your name, sir?
Randy Robbins.
And?
Rhonda Jackson.
Awesome. Sir?
Wyatt Robbins.
And your name, sir?
Kellen Robbins.
Awesome. And y'all came all the way from?
Northwest Arkansas and Southwest Missouri.
Thank y'all so much for coming. I hope you had a good time.
We had a wonderful time.
It was great.
We'll definitely be back.
Awesome. Safe trip to y'all.
Thank you.
Alright guys, and you are?
Chad Minch from East Tennessee.
And you're up there near Smoky Mountain Knife Work.
Yep, just about an hour further up the road.
Guys, if you've never been to Smoky Mountain Knife Works, I want to go. It's one of the biggest, baddest places. If it's got an edge, they probably got it up there. And you said every couple times a year they have big events and things.
Yeah, they have a vendor event where different companies, anything from Pathfinder to Ultima Boots, everything, anything outdoors, knife related, camping. They have an event up there where the vendors set up tents. There's food vendors, everything. You go in and out of the store. You go, I mean, the whole parking lot's full of different vendors that you can talk to, look at their stuff, buy their stuff. It's basically any of the vendors that Smoky Mountain Knife Works has are invited, to display what they're selling at the Knife Works.
I've been by this place, and it's always, I'm going to and from some place like Ohio or something, and I just don't have time to stop. But I'm going to make a trip up there. I'm going to try this year to go up there and just spend a day to go through it, because I know people have been up there and I've seen videos of the place, and I really want to come up there and see it because I just want to go look at all the knives. There's knife vendors I've never heard of, I just want to take a look at it. But I wanted to say thank you very much for coming to my event.
Enjoyed
I appreciate it.
It is absolutely like a family event, family camp out. There's a lot of knowledge here. There's a lot of fun. And one other point about Smoky Mountain, when they do that vendor event, there's plenty of stuff for kids to do. They do demonstrations. They've even got a running blacksmith shop there where they do knife demonstrations, and they will let you hammer on a railroad spike and make a knife.
Awesome.
So there's really a lot to do there. And in the local area, you got Pigeon Forge down the road.
Right.
There's tons of stuff for kids, so you can definitely make a family weekend out of it.
Cool. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, here's William Collins's big, beautiful camping rig with the awning up. There's the Mad Knife Wizard himself.
Hello, y'all.
There's Mr. Mike Simmons. There's Mr. Todd Gibson right there. There's Mr. Randy of StitchGear.com.
Hello, guys.
They are cooking a big old fire. And there is the friend. Now, what's your name, sir?
John.
John. And they got their hot rod that was graciously loaned to them by a good friend to ride around out here. We're having a good time, guys. Okay, friends, here is my good friend John Pinkard, which we call Pink. And he has his own redneck camper that he's got set up. Tell me about your bed you got back here, brother.
Well, this is a 4-inch mattress topper that it's a gel mat thing, and the cover is a Wooby, and I just cut the gel mat down about 6 inches so that I folded the Wooby in half and just stitched it
all the way around, make a cover out of it.
Yeah, and so works pretty good.
Right.
And
you got some lights set up inside.
oh, this is the coolest thing in the world. You just click that.
Oh yeah, you got those string lights all the way around.
And this is actually made to go across the ridge line of a hammock.
Cool.
And so that's what that's for.
And then you got a pull to pull down your top down easy.
Right, when I'm laying in there, you know, I just reach out and get the string, pull it down. And like I said, built a shelf across the end out of just reclaimed lumber.
Right.
So that all the stuff that normally rides down here, I can just put it up there, and then I got room to roll out my mat.
That works perfect.
Yeah.
You know, smoothing it, making life comfortable. I've had a lot of questions about my redneck camper, my old truck. You said, how viable is it? It really is viable, especially if you still enjoy camping. Being able to have something like this where you can just get out of the rain or etc., pull someplace easy, and you don't have to set up a camp, just climb in the back. Makes it easy.
Well, so many times that I'll get somewhere after dark, and I don't want to be running around in the dark trying to set up a tent and all this business. So I can just pull in and take a few minutes to throw stuff up on the shelf, and then crawl over to tailgate, and I can set up my camp next morning.
And you put your stove on the tailgate and cook off the tailgate.
Right.
Works good. All right, let me show you somebody else that showed up at my gathering. Okay, guys, what y'all looking at right there is a small wood stove that has a pellet feed hopper. That's this thing right here. You're able to fill it up with pellets and it will trickle down into the main. That section right here, that's the glass window that lets light shine in. It's got a heating rack up here on the front and a main cooking area right in that section. That's the heating rack and that's the main cooking area. And then right there is the stovepipe coming out. Now, sir, how long will this thing run on a full hopper?
Full hopper, low setting, about 14 hours is what I've been averaging.
Wow.
So 3 full fills from a 40-pound pellet bag, the wood burning pellets.
Yeah.
And kept the tent at a comfortable 65, 68 degrees. And I was able to make coffee on it in the morning.
That is awesome. That was the limitation I had when doing a hot tent was I had a little bit of wood stove, but you have about a 30-minute, 45-minute runtime and it's out of fuel. And you constantly have to keep stoking it up. But that right there, being able to fill it up.
Yeah.
Now, where did you get that at?
Amazon.
Oh, that place, yes.
That place.
Our favorite place, Amazon.
I seen it. I seen a couple of videos from a couple of different YouTube folks. And
that's where the hopper is, guys. You open it up and put them in right up here at the top.
And you don't have to use the full hopper. You can go down to
short
a portion.
I got you.
So you get it's equal amount between the top and the bottom with the bin. So
now this doesn't have any battery or anything else, right? It's all gravity feed or something like that.
Yeah, all gravity feed.
All gravity feed.
And you can take this part off put in a solid plate, and then through the oven portion, when you move all this stuff, you can actually
Fuel it that way.
fuel it with just regular standard wood.
But it seems to be fairly heavy gauge stainless.
It's very heavy. And to give you an example, I did not empty this. This is what's left over after a 14-hour burn.
That's it. That little bit of ash right there is all that's in it in 14 hours. Very efficient. That is very nice.
And they thunk it out beyond, because when you want to burn full wood, you just fold this in while it's back in here, and you can just
I got
feed
you.
wood in.
And now here's the hard question. How much did something like this set you back?
This one was like $350.
14 hours of run time, that'd make it worth it.
Yeah, and it came. I added the titanium pipe just so everything fit in here. I didn't have anything
Right.
extra in the bag.
And this is the carry bag for it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. It all fits in there.
Yeah. Plus, there's an extra spark arrestor and then 3 extra pipes that fit on top of everything. And man, I'm impressed with it.
I can believe it. Well, thank you for showing it to me.
You're welcome.
All right, guys, I'm in Mr. Randy's camp of StitchGear.com. You guys know that name. He makes all my knife sheaths. He's also a master cook. And this is the unit he's running out here cooking. Right now he's getting ready to start on supper. But check out how heavy this thing is. You can hang serious meat. Now he cooked a whole pig out here beginning of the week. That was fantastic. It made bunches of meat for everybody. Okay, this is my good friend Randy Smith of StitchGear.com. Like I said, he makes all my sheaths. You are the knife sheath master. And you are one of the master cooks that I've ever been around for a camp cook. Last night he had apple pie. Not just any old apple pie, but this wafer thin apple pie that was so good. Any more and you'd have had to slap mama. You couldn't take it anymore.
Well, you know what they say, Black.
What?
Never trust a skinny cook.
Never trust a skinny cook. Very true, very true. And he's a great friend of mine, guys. If you've got a knife and you want a sheath, call and talk to Mr. Randy. How many I know how many knives you can do, but I know you do the 6-way sheath. How many other like stock styles do you carry? You got 6-way.
We got the 6-way. We do a vertical, where you can carry it vertical, right hand, cross draw, left hand.
Right.
And we can flip-flop that around for you lefties out there. We also do the WCSK style, which has got Kydex retention. We've got several sizes of that we can do. And as long as your knife doesn't have a hilt, we can pretty much
Match
make
it up.
anything that you guys want.
And you'll do custom work with them. You send the knife, you talk to Randy, you send him your knife and he'll make sure it fits your knife. But now if you've got a off-the-shelf knife like a BK, not a BK, what's them knives that start with a B? There's like
Bark River?
Bark River, thank you. Sorry, I had a gray moment. A Bark River, or you have something like that. You already got that design, so to speak.
I'd still need the knives just to make sure that the retention was right. Because you definitely don't want a knife falling out of your sheath.
No, agreed.
So we pride ourselves on getting the retention to where it's not that hard to pull out, but if you take it off and you put it upside down, it's not going to fall out.
Not going to fall. That's it. Well, brother, thank you so much for coming to this gathering.
Blackie, thank you for putting it on.
Really, really enjoyed you being here, brother.
Yes,
it
sir.
made my day.
I'm glad
Thank
we
you.
could come.
All right, let's go look at somebody else.
There you go.
Kyle,
No,
tell them you're having fun.
I'm having a blast.
There you go. We have Mr. Incognito here. He's out enjoying himself. We'll move on. Okay, guys, this is Miss Wendy, and I met Miss Wendy. Where did we first meet? Was it the Gather thing or where?
I think it was the Gather thing, and,
And
then,
then
we've been chatting at the Georgia Bushcraft
Jeff, Georgia
event as
Bushcraft,
well.
and etc. Now, Miss Wendy is a teacher at large. She goes around to events teaching various kinds of classes, and we'll have a standalone video about that very, very soon. But I want to say thank you very much for coming to my gathering. Really enjoyed you here. I hope you've had a good time. She put on a little class about basket making, really impromptu. We had a lot of people that had never ever done a basket before got up there and successfully made a basket. It was a lot of fun. And my knowledge of the baskets is 40 years old, and she got me to remember and help another young individual, young man, get his basket done. So it was a great thing, and I really appreciate you coming, and I hope you come back again later on.
Thank you, Blackie. It's been such a pleasure being here. I have enjoyed this, and I was so grateful that you let me know about your event,
Yeah.
so I can come hang out with you some more in person, because I highly recommend it. And because the group of people you call in are just fabulous.
They're great people.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Blackie. Weft and weave, which is more of this pattern, so you only work one reed at a time going around in a circle. Figured I'd start all y'all off pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Okay.
Welcome. Glad you joined. Okay, questions up to this point?
So that green one there, what's that made out of?
This is palm.
Okay.
And my call will be really mad at me because he gave me a long talk about which type of palm is which, and there was 2 different types of palms in Florida where I was staying, and this was the shrubbier palm instead of the one that grows tall like a tree, and I don't remember the name of it.
Palmetto.
Okay, this is Mr. Stephen Kingsbury, is that correct? Because I'll screw this up. And this is my good friend, Mr. Chris Hall. Chris drove all the way down from
Michigan.
again. Chris is one of our regulars that show up at the event down here. Week early sometime. I love you, man. But how I met Chris was somebody came in and my event wasn't starting for a week. And somebody called me up and said, there's a guy set up down there already, ready to go. That was what, 3 years ago now? Mm-hmm. And said, but my event don't start for a week, so there's a guy set up down there waiting on you. That was Chris. He is a nomad. He travels the country. He has got great camp stories, and he's a lot of fun to camp with. Now, Mr. Kingsbury here, he's the kayak master of our group. Always got a kayak in the back. You know, a lot of people, you know, if they have whatever, he's got a kayak in the back, so he's ready to go fishing. So we have a lot of fun. Guys, thank you for coming to my event. I really appreciate y'all being here.
Yes, sir, brother.
I look forward to camping out with y'all every year. Excuse me, a very cold winter or a wet cold. It's how the weather pattern is down here. One, we have an early spring, and the other one we have a late spring. And so I got to kind of gauge it that way. This year it actually flipped on us, where it started out to be a cold winter. I mean, we had a blizzard down here. We had 12 inches of snow down here. I had 10 inches at my house. That was a real, you know, shock. We call it the blizzard of 25 for down here in Alabama. It was a blizzard. But, and then it warmed up, and the week before my gathering, it had highs like 88, 90, humid, muggy. I thought, oh God, I hope that the weather changes before the gathering. Otherwise, it's going to be miserable. And it did. We always have a cool snap the 1st of April, and by luck, it lined up. And so it was very good camping weather. So, when will we be doing this again? I will be doing another gathering next spring, again in March or April. And we have an impromptu, not a gathering, but just a camp out. And that will be in October at the same place this year. And it will be October the 15th through the 19th at Geneva State Forest Lake in Lower Alabama. Now, Geneva State Forest is not only a state forest, it's a park. You know, like a state park. So you can go online, and it's got its own web page and everything, and you can get a permit for that. What does it cost? Just $5 a day, and that's you're paying the state, not me. I don't collect anything. I don't make anything on this. It's just simply you pay for the park, you know. And so it's a great place. We're trying to get some improvements made down there, and we hope that in the future it's going to be even bigger and better. So I'd love for you to come down and camp out with me this fall, and so I will be making more references to that date of October 15th to the 19th in upcoming videos. So just hang in there. You'll know about it. Guys, thank you so much for all your support, and for all of those that came down and camped with me. Thank you so much. I love getting to see you guys face to face and spend time with you. And I hope you enjoyed yourself and you were safe going home. Till next time, guys, I'm Blackie wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.